Now, as a human resource manager, I'll be explaining the modules that I had used to manage the human resource activities in our company. So, as we know, Odoo provides an employee module which features that link with other sub-modules that ensure that all human resource tasks are managed efficiently. So let's jump straight into it. The first feature which I had implemented for our company is to firstly create employee information and contract. When it comes to human resource and management of the employees, the employee module provided by Odoo has many helpful features. The first feature is that you can create detailed information of each employee. The employee list acts as a main hub that is linked with the other human resources functions such as active contracts, work entry, attendance, pay slip, as well as the total hours worked. Not only that, for the employees information, we have work information, private information, as well as its HR settings. The next thing we are supposed to do is to create their contracts. The following step is to create new contracts that are currently running for each employee. The contract is very important as it has all the work-related contract requirements such as the start date, the end date, the working schedules per month, which in this case of our company is 25 hours per month, department, job positions, as well as basic monthly wage. Our company contract will be running for 1 month for each employee for the duration of this project. So this is for the employees module. Next is for the attendance. So the second feature is called to monitor employee attendance, and that I had used the sub-module attendance. To keep track of the employees' attendance, a sub-module attendance is used for the employees checking in and out during their working hours. Our company provides a 25 hours per month contract for the employees managing the business process of Asas Solusi. Employees are supposed to click on the attendance and log in during work operation hours as a team and must fill the quota within a month. The check-in page also works as a checkout page once our employees are done with their session. Not only that, employees can also scan their respective badge ID codes on the scanner to check in. The badges are given to each employee during the activation of their contracts. Employees can also manually identify themselves by entering the employees list page, selecting their ID, and checking in in a manual way. The good thing is there are multiple ways to check in for the employees, making it easier for them. Next is that I, as the human resource manager, I can after that check the attendance history of all the employees' check-in and check-out times. This will make it easy to keep track of the working hours of each employee so that the pay can be set properly according to the contract assigned. Each day and number of hours is listed in a list to make it easy to monitor. Not only that, but at the end of every month, an analysis board will be reviewed to give a clear picture of the attendance performance of each employee. A bar chart will be represented with each working hours and date of employees and measurement analysis. This helps keep track of the total days hours requirement for each staff to ensure the contract is being followed accordingly. And finally, I'll go into the third feature, which is called payroll. So as you can see, this is the dashboard of the payroll. And the first thing we have to do, which is important, is to create the salary attachment. For each contract, a salary attachment is created for the employees. The salary attachment contains all the important information of the employees, such as their job description, the type, the basic monthly amount, the start date of the contracts, and the status of each salary. We can also go to work entries, where work entry is really crucial. Work entry is linked with the attendance features, and it keeps track of all the days and hours completed for each employee every month. The total hours and days are then synced with the payroll. The work entry also keeps track of the days and the employees do not check in. And finally, we go to the employee's payslip. For each employee, the total amount of pay that will be received depends on if the employee has the employee has completed 25 hours to ensure basic salary is achieved. The employee's payslip keeps track of the work entries, the salary attachment, as well as the attendance where it calculates total number of days and number of hours and the total amount due to each respective employees. As we can see, we can view the attendance of the working hours. The attendance of each employee is integrated into the payslip and the data of their attendance is listed. The attendance is then validated by the human resource manager to confirm the dates and hours of each employee. And once validated, then the hours will be added up to the total payslip. And finally, we can, at the end of the month, the human resource manager can view the employee payroll analysis. Each payslip is generated and analysis will be produced that lists every single information related to the company payroll, such as total payslip, net wage, basic wage, number of days, hours, and so on. That is all from me for human resource module.
There are every product in the inventory to let us know the stock in hand and the price of every product. This can let us easily to do the stock check and easily manage the stock that we have. The information of every product also can be viewed when we click on the product. So for the Foodlink model MJ6312, we have 26 units on hand and the price is 229 ringgit. So when we click on the product, we can view the details of our product. So for the stock reporting, we can view the product that we haven't received from the vendor in incoming, and then the product that haven't received by the customer in ongoing. So we also can view the product unit in on hand. For example, for the Foodlink model MJ6312, we have 26 units on hand. And then for the Foodlink model EB5111, we have 25 units on hand. And then for the Foodlink model DI6889, we have 51 units on hand. So overall, we have 102 units on hand. And then there is also 102 units is free to use. So for the move history, we can view the movement of the product from where to where, the quantity of the product, and then the status. So for example, the Foodlink model MJ6312, the product moved from warehouse to our customer, which means we sell the product to our customer. The quantity is 15 units and the status is done. So another example is Foodlink model DI6889. The product is from our vendor to our warehouse, which means we buy the product from the Foodlink HQ. So the quantity is 20 units and then the status is done.
So for the next module is purchase module. And using purchase module, we use mainly two features that was enabled in the purchase. The first feature is to purchase product from the vendor, which is Foodlink HQ, our one and only vendor. And the second feature is to view analysis performance of purchasing. So for the first feature, our company only purchase product only when two conditions were met. For the first condition is when there is bulk order from customer. When a customer from uniform body such as nurse in the hospital or others uniform body such as police officer and so on, they want to order the head shoe for the officer, they usually order bulk. Bulk is more like 10 above. So for the bulk order, the customer will contact the salesperson in the sales department to ask about the shoes and then ask about the sizing and so on until they meet the end of discussion, which the customer decide to buy the shoes for certain quantity, that shoes for certain quantity and certain size and so on. So after that, sales department will request to purchase department, which is me, to request for quotation RFQ to the vendor to see the prices. So the first step is we create RFQ. Our vendor is one and only Foodlink HQ. Expected arrival maybe now 13 a week from now, usually like that. So the customer want to order MJ model. The quantity is 20. So as you can see, the unit price is 190. 190 is the vendor price to selling to us. The price that we sell to the customer is different. So as you can see, the vendor put 6% good tax, and the total for piece is this. Alright, so let's say that they want another model for this. They want only 5. So the price is also 150. But if we change the product, you can see that the price is 80 ringgit. So each price was different and depends on the model. So this one, let's say that the customer want 5 pair of shoes. So we send the RFQ to the vendor, and the vendor will review and confirm the price that we ask. If the price doesn't meet their criteria, we then update and ask them the price that they put. Maybe sometime they will up the price after certain time due to the economy, or maybe they will bring down the price for discount purposes. So if the vendor accept it, then we can then ask the sales department to create a quotation for customer before we confirm this RFQ. Let's say the customer confirm the quotation that the sales department give. So the purchase department can confirm the order and wait for the vendor to prepare the product and send it to our store for next step. Once we receive the item, the purchase department then wait the inventory department to confirm the amount received, the quantity of shoe received, whether it meet the order request or not. If it meet, then purchase department easily can click receive the product and validate based on what the purchase department had validate. Alright, the similar step was implement when the store want to stock up the shoes for selling purposes. Let's say that vendor is still the same. Expected arrival always usually 1 week ahead. Let's say that in the store that this model only left, and then the sales department wanted to stock up this model, so we order 20 piece of this, 20 piece of this, and 20 piece of this. Each item will be have tax for 6%, and then we send the email to the vendor and wait the vendor to confirm, review and confirm it. Once the vendor review and confirm it, we confirm the order to the vendor. Once the vendor receive our confirmation, they will prepare the order and send it to us once it's ready. Once the item is received in front of our store, purchase department will ask the inventory whether it is enough quantity or not, whether there are any defect or not. If there is no problem, then purchase department will receive the product and will validate the product as per the inventory department check. So that is for the purchase department. As you can see, 20 20 20 time.
Okay, next we will move on to the sales modules. Click on sales to proceed with quotation and order. In this case, customer is requesting for a bulk order, so we will prepare the quotation for the customer. To make a quotation, the salesperson need to push the create button and fill in their customer's details with their product. Click at the blank space below and add the products in the form. These products are basically appear with the details on because the product have been added to the list in our inventory. Before we add the quantity for the quotation, we need to make sure the item is available to be ordered by the customer. As a salesperson, I need to check the availability of the products by click on the statistic icon. It will show me the forecast, stock and their availability. After checking our stock, I will continue to insert all the data about products details in the quotation template that already made by the Odoo itself for our customer. The salesperson need to make sure that the product have been added with their quantity. Choose the expiry date for the quotation and also the due for the payment. After completing all the data in the quotation template, we need to click the confirm button and then send the quotation via email to inform the customer. And then you will see that the quotation have been made and you can proceed to create the invoice for the customer. The specialty of the Odoo is the customer can also review the sales order itself, and this is an example for the customer's view for the sales order. To create the invoice for the customer, we need to click on the Create Invoice button at the top left of the page, and you will see there is an option that appears whether to create and view the invoice, create invoice only or cancel it. In this situation, to reduce an error, we will create and view in order to recheck whether the invoice is complete and ready to be shared with our customer. If there is no mistake in the invoice after we check with our customer, we will click the Confirm button to finalize our order. And then you can click the Send and Print button at the top of the page, and it will send the invoice to our customer. If the customer make a payment, we will register it by click on the Register Payment button, and we will fill in all the details about the payment. After the payment have been made successfully, the in-payment notes, the green label one, will appear in their invoice. It is to remark that the process of sales order have done. If you click on the sales order, it will show you the quotation that have been made by the salesperson before this already completed. And if you click at the lorry icon, it will bring you to the inventory phase, which our inventory manager will do his work to check, approve and deliver the customer's product. So when we go to the main page of the quotation and sales modules, you will see that the status of the previous quotation and order, which is the Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, have completed and defined as sales order in the green box. Same goes when you go to the main page of sales order for the previous order. The status of the order will show you it's already fully invoiced since the payment already made by the customer. That's all.
Hello, so for the next module is social marketing. So one of the feature that we use is social post. So as you can see, we can view all the content that we upload in social media. So how do you make this? Just click create and choose what social media that we want to upload the content. So type a new message. I just call it new product. So we can also attach some image right here, and we can either choose set it now or schedule later. But for this, I will choose send now. So just click post, and we click refresh in the two social media. As you can see, the content that we upload in Odoo is automatically uploaded in our linked social media. So for the next feature is feed. So the feed feature is we can monitor all the views, likes, comment, and share. So it is very convenient for the social marketing team to know what's the target audience is. So the final is configuration. Here, the social media that we can link is either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. And this is the social account that we link to our Odoo's company.
Next is the point of sale module. In the dashboard, we can open a new session every time we open the physical shop. As you can see, this is the money that are left in the cash register from the previous session. When we open a new session, we can set the opening capital. First of all, we should cash out the money in the cash register. Just leave around 100 ringgit in case the customer needs balance. Now we have to put in the customer. We can choose from the previous customer or we can create a new customer profile. After we fill in the details, click Save. Click the product that the customer wants to buy and we can change the quantity here. On top of that, the salesperson can view the product information such as the available units without having to go to the inventory module. We can also add customer notes. Let's proceed with the payment. The customer can choose either to pay by cash or bank transfer. In case the customer overpaid, we need to give the balance. Now validate the payment. We can print out the receipt by using the cash register or send the digital copy of the receipt to the customer's email address. When we are about to close the shop, we should also close the session. Before closing the session, we have to count the money in our cash register. We can use this calculator here to count each note separately, or we can manually count it and put the total here. As you can see, the last closing cash balance has changed to our latest session. Other than that, we can also see the orders, where we can see the latest order here made by Afa, and then the session open and close, and the person responsible, the payment with each category, which is cash and bank, list of customers, and then list of our products, and we can see the stocks. Order analysis, where we can see the amount of order we obtain from using the cash register. So that's all for point of sale module.
Hello everyone, my name is Mutiara Jassy Atikah, and I'm the one who managed the accounting modules in the for Asar Solusi company. So here I'm going to tell you guys on how to use the accounting modules. In accounting modules, we can create invoices and the payment reminder. So let's go to the accounting modules. So firstly, in order to create the invoices, we need to go to the customers. We click at customers and then we click at invoices. In this section, we can see the customers and how many customers have made the payment or not made the payment. So let's create the invoices by clicking create. And here we need to fill in the customer's name, invoices date, and the due date, and then the products. So let's say the customer's name is Lye Chun Nian. And then the invoices date, let's make it 13. And let's make this 14. And the terms, we can set it as immediate payment. So let's add the product as, let's add this one, diabetic footwear. And let's make the quantity 3. So as we can see, since we add the quantity 3, the amount of the money, the total of the payment that should be made is automatically calculated here. And after that, we can click on confirm, and it will show this. The invoice is confirmed, aka validated. So this is when it will look like this if the customer didn't make the payment yet. Let's see the invoices again. So this customer, Lye Chun Nian, he didn't pay yet. So the payment status is in red, not paid. So let's click here again, and if this customer already make the payment, we can click at register payment. And after that, we need just let it be like this, and then click create payment. After that, we can see this kind of bookmark, mark that mark as in payment, like in payment status. So we can see that the customers already made the payment on 13, which is this day. That's the example. And after that, we need to send and print these invoices to the customers. And here we are. We can send the invoice by print it as PDF or email, or we can tick the box, the checkbox. We can tick it. And then here they want to, here this will send the invoices PDF to the customers. So let's click at send and print. So as we can see from this, the amount due already 0 because the customers already made the payment today. And we can see from this PDF, this is what the PDF looks like. And when we go at invoices again, it will show that these customers already made the payment, aka the payment status is in payment already. So That's all for how to create invoices. And next, let's go to on how to create a payment reminder. First, if we want to create on payment reminders, we need to click at configuration and then go click the follow-up levels. In here, if we need to create the payment reminder, we can click the create. And when we create it after we done create it, it will automatically save the payment reminders, and we can see it here. But for that, let's just see the payment reminder that we already have. So in order to create the payment reminder, we can make the description. So for this one, it is payment reminder for before overdue. So to remind your customer to make the payment before overdue, you can if you want to remind your customer 2 days before the overdue, you can click this. You can write it as -2 with this symbol minus if you want to remind your customers before the overdue. And the action to send this payment can be sent as email, letter, or SMS messages. Or you can take both all the checkbox here. And here we can set the content template. Content template can be set as anything, but in here we are setting it as payment reminder. So the option for this payment reminder, it can be sent automatically, and we can also attach the invoices in the payment reminder, or we can choose not to do that. Let's see the other one. Okay, this one is for the payment already overdue. We can see here the payment is already overdue, so we want to send the payment reminder to the customers 3 days after they didn't make payment. So we just write it as 3 without any symbols. That means to remind the customers that they have not paid their products after 3 days. So the notification can be sent as email, letter, or SMS messages. And just like the previous one, we can set the content template as payment reminder and choose either to send it automatic or attach invoices, or not to do that at all. Okay, and that's all for the accounting modules.